welcome to the stream. It's me, Word Girl, and I think that I am live. Once again, I believe so. And I feel like you probably hear a fan going, and that's annoying, so I'm going to try to turn the fan off. Because, oh, I think that's better. And now you probably just hear my computer fan going. Never mind, let's just, alert everybody. Where is Sharing Basket Streamies? There we go. Um, where is it? I don't, oh, there it is. Alrighty. And I didn't even put the the website. Sorry. There we go. Alrighty. I think we're good now, I think. Alright, so hello, and welcome to the stream. It's me, Wordy Girl, and hopefully you can hear me alright. And yeah, it's kind of warm here. The weather went hot, then it got kind of chilly, then it got cold, and now this week it's back hot again. I believe that summer starts tomorrow. It may start tonight. I don't know, but it is. Let me see. When is summer? When is summer? Summer solstice 2023. 21st. Yes. So it is tomorrow. I thought so. All right. Never mind. I am all over the place. But yes, it is hot like summer right now, even though right now technically it is not summer yet. But yes, that's why I had a fan on, and that's why my computer fan is going really, wildly. And I might want to have to turn the fan back on. I don't know if I'm too high or too loud. Hopefully I don't sound horrible. Now I'll try again. There we go. I have adjusted my microphone, and I'm going to see if I can hear myself, because I do not want to I don't want to have too much gain on here. Oh no! It's not playing out of the headphones. Is that my fault? Yes. It's headphones' fault. Headphones are annoying. Okay, great. I think that I am at a good volume. I think. It might not be, honestly. But if I'm too low, please let me know in the chat. But anyways, I think I have everything together now. I was doing a bunch of stuff, and oops. You probably heard a loud noise just now. Alright. Let's check. Okay. I don't see. Oh, I see, I see, I see. All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, so what are we doing? We're supposed to be doing summer camp. All right. So I am late on my homework for summer camp homework. Summer camp homework was relics, and I hadn't really gotten to talk about relics. I have actually. I almost had like 40 World Anvil notifications, and I wanted to quickly get those down so that because just a moment ago they were like nine, not 900. I saw somebody with 900 notifications, and that's like whoa. But mine were like 300, probably 400, because I did work some down and then some more got added. But I'm just trying to keep them down. So I worked them down to 14, which is good. And I'm going to try to keep that number down. I see YS Books is in the chat. Hello, YS Books. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. I actually just listened to the latest episode. It's interesting. I no spoilers, but the way the last episode went off, I was thinking it was going to be like some really, 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 really drama going on, and I was like, oh no, well, I don't know. But on this episode, I mean, it was still cool, but I was a little bit relieved that the thing that I thought may have been happening wasn't. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please check out YS Books podcast. Um, you can feel free to post the link whenever you are in the chat. Handsome co-host will not ban you. But yes, that's nice. The story, and they're very short stories, and they're all connected, and you can just listen to them, and they're short. I'll let you know what I thought was going to happen. It was just funny the way it went off the last time. It seemed like it was insinuating something, and I was like, oh no, please don't let that be happening. That was just going to take it, whoa, somewhere else. And I mean, I would respect that decision as well, as you are the author, and adding drama would be in the play. I wouldn't fault you for it. But you know how, like, if you're watching a movie and you're like, oh no, I hope they don't go in that door, and then they don't go in the door, and you're like, yes. But if they do go in the door, you're still like, you might be frustrated at them, but it's not like you don't like the movie any more or less. So yeah, it's not like I was like saying, I'm gonna turn off this podcast so never watch it again. Like, it was more of like, oh no. But I don't know if it was just my mind going there or if that was an intentional little making it go off like that. Either way, I'm very invested in the storyline. So yeah. The cool thing about these episodes is they are short. So if you miss episodes, you can binge them without it taking such a long time. But they are still not too short. But they're still so short that you're like, oh man, I'm ready for the next episode. Or at least I am. I'm like that. So yeah, do check it out. Feel free to put that link in the chat. YS Books. Also, Sadrium is here. Hello, Sadrium. Thank you so much for joining as well. How is everything going with you, guys? Let me know. What are you working on? And like, summer camp, I know is coming. If you guys are participating in summer camp, let me know if you have been doing preparations for it. There is, NaNoWriMo summer camp, which is just very loose, and you can just do whatever you want. You can make your goal whatever you want it to be, and you can just, work on whatever you're trying to work on. But World Anvil Summer Camp is a little more structured, but it's still loose enough for you to be able to stretch it to your own goals. So, I like to do both and kind of put World Anvil together with NaNoWriMo, and you know. Um, so, what are you guys planning on doing? Or if you're not doing any of these summer camps, it's okay. It's okay. Sadrium says, I've spent the whole evening doing some CSS. Now just slowly shutting down for the day. All right. Well, I'm so happy that you got that CSS done because CSS is a task indeed. Um, yeah, that's something that I always, it's very cool. It's very interesting. It's very intriguing and it's very awesome once you do it right. But it's one of those tasks that you're like, do I even want to start? Because once I start, I have to finish. And then my world will be looking crazy if I don't complete it. So I like sometimes put it off because it's going to be a lot. YS Book says I'm working on creating a playlist of just the soundtracks used in the podcast. Oh, nice. I will like that too. I do like songs like that. And like I do make my own soundtrack like that as well when I use songs in my audio dramas and stuff like that. I do usually have these songs available just in a playlist by themselves that you can listen to. I don't have it like on Spotify or anything. It's cool to be on Spotify. I am not on there, but I'm like on SoundCloud, and I also I uploaded it to YouTube and stuff like that. Satrium has some links. They are images. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Oh, wow. Cool. All right, so let's put these on the screen. And if you notice, yes, you did tell me you create the music yourself, which is awesome. And that's one of the things I was saying because this is one of the reasons why I'm not playing music right now. Because usually I have background music and I'm very annoyed because they keep still giving me strikes even though the music I'm using is copyright free. And I just want to use my own music then. But when I use my own music, then I'm scared that you guys are annoyed by it or bored of it playing like for hours while I'm just streaming. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on silence. So if you guys want to listen to something in the background, you can. I do see, yes, it is a screenshot. Thank you so much for sharing these screenshots. Very cool. And look how I love the shadowing behind them. And the box, how the box is like, okay, this is here, and then the box is indent, and then they are in the box, but they are in front of this part. Like, I just like that kind of thing. And then there's like this is a little bit like the dimension and depth is awesome. And then you also have put this here, these crests. Very interesting, and the same way that they are shadowed as well, and how they are positioned on these boxes is just very cool. And then to know that these are just screenshots and the real article has this embedded is going to be very um, neat to see it in action when you're scrolling through. So thanks so much for sharing that. That's so cool. Great to see what you guys are working on. And yeah, that music that you make for your podcast, nice. I do remember you saying it before that you did that yourself. And yeah, that's what I don't like to use music that's not mine in my stuff either, unless I know it's like a stock music. But I usually don't even use stock music. There was a couple of times I did, but I do usually compose all the songs myself as well, and that can be a lot as well. And I do have a lot of songs that I have in my head that I have not actually made yet. So yeah, music is something, but I do love music very much. I just don't have much time to, make music and um, especially learn how to play an instrument because I love instruments, but I can kind of play some instruments by ear, but I don't really fluently play anything. I can make digital music. I do that quite a bit, but I have like several hundreds of songs in my head from all the way when I was 7. I've been writing songs, like songs with lyrics and stuff like that. But I just have never really put them out there. I always think I should do it, and then I just don't. Because I'm so busy. I should just probably, I don't know. I don't even know what the solution to that is. Sadrium says composing music is a lot of work, but also a lot of fun. That is right. I love to make more, but it just takes me so long and I have so little time. That is so true. That's the same with me. It's like when I do get some time, free time, as they like to say, which is like, is it really free time? But I try to do things. I have to decide what I'm going to do when I'm not working. And then when I'm not working, I'm still kind of working a lot of things. So. YS Books, yes. Well, I didn't necessarily think that he was going to fall for her because it was quite apparent that she was kind of like not it. But the way that just the way that that episode went, spoilers, it was just like it went off where he was talking to her and trying to get her to leave, and then she was like trying to entice him. So, and then like even the narrator was saying stuff like he was raised with manners and he knew how to do this and that. And then they even said stuff about like his morals and stuff. So I thought it was like some kind of weird foreshadowing, like it was going to be a thing where at least the least that it was going to be was an it's not what it looks like situation where when she walks in, she sees he's just in the room, and then she's like, "What are you doing in here?" Like that's what I thought was at least going to happen, and I was like, and then it went off where she was trying to go in the door. It just said she knocked and nobody answered, so she went in, and then it went off. I'm like, why would you go off like that? I thought that it was going to be like, oh, she discovered something when she went into the room. So, yeah, I was kind of relieved that that wasn't it because I thought that Max was better than that. But I also didn't know if there was something weird about Tiffany where she, like, I don't know, did something to get him to do it when he didn't want to, or either, like, he was in there for a different reason and it looked weird. Like, I just thought it was going to be a little bit of that kind of drama. And I was like, wait, because they were already not getting along due to some other things that they were already arguing about. So I was like, is this going to be fueling that? So yeah, you're right. You got what I thought. Sadrium also says, also considering that I'm creating orchestral music, it doesn't make it any easier. It sure doesn't. Yes, and I'm sure you have all the different layers and stuff like that. Do you actually like? Hmm, sorry. Do you actually create your music on like digital audio workstations, Daydream? Or are you like playing the violin for real and then you have to stop and then you have to play the cello for real and you have to stop and then because both are going to be very challenging, but one's a little bit more challenging than the other one. YS Book says I use FL. Alrighty. Yeah, and I remember it was called Fruity Loops, and then they got sued by Kellogg's. So they had to change their name to FL Studio. Fun fact. Um, yeah, so that's nice. I've heard a lot of cool things about that. Personally, I use Magic's music maker. It's trying to, kind of be like Fruity Loops. It also comes with like a lots of loops that you can buy. It comes with lots of instruments you can buy. It comes with lots of like voices saying different things that you can buy. And the thing is, sometimes I'm like, oh, I love this, and I'm buying so many instruments, and then I don't even use them, and I feel like, am I wasting my money because I'm not even using this stuff? But it's better than collecting real instruments and taking up room in your house. Fun fact, I also do have some real instruments that I don't play in my house. So it's the same thing. Satrium says, I'm using Reaper as a DAW. Okay, can't play all the instruments. That would be impressive. Well, doing a digital audio workstation is also impressive, but if you were going to say you did the other thing, I would be even more impressed. Satrium says, I'm learning playing the piano and went from there. Nice. Okay. Because, yes, I do. I took up, I think, one half semester of piano when I was like 6. So yeah, that was not like really piano lessons. I don't consider that piano lessons at all. But the only kinds of other things that I do is I kind of try to teach myself by ear. I can play some songs by ear, like, and I this is another thing. I don't know how to actually read music, which is annoying, and I don't really know how to write music, which is annoying because I would love to learn how to write music and read music, like sheet music, so I can play it. So instead, I have to like just write down what letter it is, or like other stuff, or hum it so that I can keep the tune, instead of writing the little notes. I know what some of the notes are, and I know the staff, and I know every good boy deserves fudge and all that kind of stuff. But I can't really write the sheet music out unless it's just like for like children kind of writing sheet music, and it doesn't have all those fancy things on it. You've been playing the piano for 18 years. Ooh, cool. That is awesome. I would love if I knew how to actually play the piano. I don't. I just can like, and people probably laugh because I kind of know the right form, but I'm probably not going to be doing it right anyways. And I'm another kind of person where I cannot sing and play piano at the same time. I cannot sing and play guitar at the same time. I cannot hardly play guitar, but I can do some chords and I can do some like plucking of songs. Um, but I cannot sing or and play an instrument at the same time. It's even hard for me to sing and play the drums at the same time because when my brain is trying to keep the beat, then my like I can't do it because I either want to talk to the beat and it's still horrible because I can't. Not at this moment, at least. I know it's a skill that should be able to be learned. Most people should be able to learn how to play and sing at the same time. I just have a hard time. Like, unless I'm just clapping like this and singing, any kind of other complicated, like, beat keeping or playing other instruments that are singing a different thing that I'm not singing while I'm singing is going to be challenging for me. And that's why every single time I see somebody who is actually like singing and playing at the same time, that is just amazing in my opinion because I cannot do that. That requires a lot of concentration and coordination, and that's actually like multitasking. Then you see those one man band people who they're plucking a guitar with their feet while they're playing an accordion with their hand and they have a harmonica or something weird. I'm like, how are they doing all that? Satrium says, for me, making music is a way to shut down my brain and relax. Nice. Yeah, it is kind of relaxing sometimes, but then sometimes I do get kind of frustrated if I'm not able to do it the way I want. Satrium also says, in the end, it's all just practice. Some people don't need as much practice as others, but it's all learnable. Singing, playing instruments, rhythm, it's all learnable. Yes. Yes, most people should be able to catch on to doing it. I just right now do not have the coordination to do that. But if I ever do get that, I will feel very good, that I was able to accomplish that because it seems like a very respected. I respect people who are able to do that because yeah, it's a lot. Um, yeah, so yeah, music, great. Are you guys going to incorporate music at all into your summer camp endeavors or whatever you're working on this summer? YS Book says, I've been told I leave space in my stories. I guess you just confirmed that. Hopefully, it's a good thing. Well, that's an interesting note. Leaving space in your stories? What do you mean by that? Is it like saying a lot is left to the imagination? Or is it saying plot hole? But either way, it could be up to interpretation, what kind of stories you have and where people's brains go when they hear it. Because somebody else could have heard the same story and they may not have thought the way I thought. I don't know if that's just that I thought that that was foreshadowing the reason why I thought that or what. Yes, let the reader's imagination fly. Yes. That's good sometimes actually because I do know that sometimes when I share my writing with people, some people say, "You didn't describe this person. How do they look?" And I'm like, "Oh, I thought I gave a description." It's like, well, that was vague. I don't know how they look. Now, some people like that because if you provide a vague description of a person, the reader can imagine the person, and then something else in the text that now suddenly says, they adjust their glasses, and you're like, wait, they have glasses? And then, like, my brother's like that. He does not like when that kind of stuff happens. When he's reading a book and suddenly, like, mid chapter, they turn out to be described in a way that he was not imagining them. And now he has to recalibrate what he was imagining, and he thinks that's kind of annoying. So sometimes I keep my, uh, you know, descriptions generic on purpose so that the reader can just kind of imagine what they want. But there are some readers who want that description because they want to see what I'm seeing. Yes, that wasn't a plot hole at all. It sure wasn't. It was more of a cliffhanger, of course. I just didn't want. I just didn't know if you were saying that people said that you leave those kinds of spaces in your book because I don't. I didn't come across any plot holes from you while I was reading. I mean, listening. Personally, I didn't really come across any plot holes. But I did come across things that, yeah, it left it to my imagination how they looked or how they sounded, or I mean, not how they sounded because it's a podcast, so we can hear them. But like certain things that happened between this point and this point. But that's good. I don't think that's a problem at all. Satrium says the thing is, I'd like to incorporate music into my world building, and I'm slowly doing it. But I just don't have the time to create enough music for all the places where I would want some. Yes, exactly. I do feel that. I do because there's so many things that I want to do as well, and then like I'm so busy, and I mean, like I said, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, what can be done to fix this? And I can't think of anything, so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to try to keep going. But much success to you with your summer camp as well, and hopefully you can put some music in the places you want. But I know you probably want to do more. Hopefully, you will be able to get some time to, do some more if you would like, because you said music helps you to relax. So maybe on a day where you can just relax and create music, hopefully, there's a day that you can have where you can just do that. That would be very nice, and I do wish that one day you're able to do that. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, letting the reader's imagination kind of fill in the spaces in the book is good. That is not considered a plot hole at all. Um, Satrium says there are a couple of articles with original music in my world already, and there will be more. It's just a matter of time. Yes, I think that I probably did see some of your original music, but I do know there's quite a few people on World Anvil that make their own music as well. So I'm like, wow. So I don't want to say that I heard something and that it wasn't yours, but I'm almost for certain I probably did hear something that you created. And I do love when I see that they make their original ambient music and stuff in their worlds. It's very cool. And yeah, feel free to link one if you'd like, and we can listen to it if you like. I do not want to get copyright strike. So you can listen to it on your own time. Click the link if Sadrian puts it in the chat. I'm not gonna play it on the stream. I know Sadrian created it, but yeah, unless you want me to play it on the stream, I will not. But yeah, one time I was on SoundCloud and I just used the generic beat, like, and it was just a beat. It was not anything special. And then they said this beat was found in another song. So then they made my SoundCloud track. They deleted my SoundCloud track, and I'm like, what? I made this. So yeah, it's so annoying sometimes, but okay. Um, I did dispute it, and they did give it to me. So, oh yes, this was the one I think I saw. Didn't you just post this the other day on World Anvil? Like in a journal article? I think I did listen to this and I commented on it. Yes, it is not my content ID system, so it should be completely safe to play on stream. Okay, it isn't in any content ID system. Hopefully it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna just play a little bit of it. I have muted my desktop audio, but I will unmute it so you guys can hear a bit. It sounds really nice. Now, what might happen, which this has happened sometimes, is Twitch will literally say, it is found in this YouTube video. Therefore, we are going to we're going to mute this part. And if they do that, I'm going to say, I have permission from the composer to play this. Because you're in the chat right now. And you gave me permission. So thank you. This sounds so beautiful. It's so peaceful. Lost Empires is a really good name too. And you know, this might go with like a lot of the summer camp themes. So glorious. All right, I will just pause there. But thank you so much for sharing it. It sounds so good. Please scroll up and listen to the whole thing, you guys. I listened to the whole thing. I remembered and I commented on it. I was like, I think that was Sadream. I didn't want to say it because I was scared that since that was back when I was going through all of my 300 notifications. So I was like, was that recent or was that from a long time ago? Was that Sadream or was that somebody else? But that was recent and that was Sadream. And yes, I did love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is beautiful. And Evil Inkfin has arrived. Don't worry, you're late. I know it's okay. I was a little bit late myself. But you have redeemed Make Someone Laugh, which is going to basically rip us out of the very calm, peaceful lullaby that Sadrium has just played for us, and instead take us to a maniacal place. Well, that laugh wasn't too bad, but it was not peaceful. Thank you so much to Evil Inkfin for redeeming Make Someone Laugh. Anyways, yes. You know, I see it says you just got Eureka bonded to Starship. Oh, wow. Nice. You are making progress on that story. Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. That beautiful track that Satrium shared. You know, that is making me think. Because, for one, it was called Lost Empires, right? So, an empire already is power. An empire is power, isn't it? Okay? All right? Then we have frontiers, okay? So, the empire could be on the, you know, boundary between this powerful empire and then a place that's not as powerful as that empire, you know? Then, what else? there's relics. And you said Lost Empire, which makes me think that, and you were showing ruins there. And yes, the ruins could be for a frontier to explore, similar to a desert, correct? So that's why I feel like that song is a good theme. The way that it sounds, and the way that you had the graphics, and the name of the song fits all three themes, in my opinion. I wonder what the fourth theme will be and if it will fit the song as well. If so, that's awesome. Yes. Evil Inkman also says it took me time to build the groundwork. Yes. Well, guess what? Building the story out, and building this is still kind of like groundwork, because after you're done with this would be considered, it's called the first draft, and you shouldn't worry about errors and stuff like that, because of course it's going to have errors. But once you're done with this one, we can take a read through, we can try to figure out some things that we can improve, and then that will be the second draft. So it's important to remember when you are doing creative stuff, whether it's a song or a story or whatever it is, you know it's always a work in progress, everything. Satrium says, I haven't looked at the song in this context yet, but it fits pretty well. Yes, I think it does. That's the first thing I thought about when I just looked at it again. I said, you know what? But yeah, cool. Also, Demetrius posted on Twitter a poll saying who uses the work in progress feature and who doesn't. And Evil Inkfin has redeemed. Celebrate! Woo! And once again, I'm supposed to have the little things, and I have them somewhere. I don't know where they are. I should probably bring them. And this place looks a little wonky. I need to make it look better for actual summer camp. Also, I have not even been, I haven't been using my intro because I need to make a new intro, and I have not even been using my credits because I need to make more credits. So, I'm trying to do these things before summer camp officially starts, but it's literally the 20th, and that means 10 more days until summer camp, basically. And I don't think I'm ready, but, we're going to try to see what we can do. Evil Inkfin asks, yes, to put me back on track, working progress feature. Yes, so it's work in progress feature. So basically, when something is a work in progress, or WIP, WIP stands for work in progress. So there's a little button in World Anvil that says WIP, and then you can click it, and then it says done, and it has a check mark on it. Now, Demetrius asked, does anybody actually ever put their article in done? And I said, no. I mean, even if I did, I know it's a lie, because I always edit things. There's articles from when I first joined World Anvil that if I look back at them, I'm like, there's a spelling error, and I fix it. So yeah, it's never done. Uh-oh, Evil Inkpin says, pause the shed. Hopefully. Let me know when you're back. Satrium says, wait 10 days? Wait, 10 days? What happened to time? It just vanished. It sure did. It's lost like the empires. Yeah, time is flying, as I like to say, flying on a pair of turbo wings, because every single time I look up, it's like already half past the year, and I'm like, what happened? It was just like Christmas. And now it's about to be Christmas in July. Yeah, so that's why I say I don't think that I am prepared. But, ready or not, it's time for summer camp. Yes, Evil Inkfin is back. Alrighty, thanks so much for letting me know. So, basically, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but there's a work in progress little button on your article. And it's not even really for the public, it's just for you. So, when you are writing an article in your editing mode, there's a button that says WIP, which stands for work in progress. And then when you click it, it has a check mark and it says done. and he was asking, does anybody ever actually put their articles in done? And I said, no, I don't. Exactly. Citrium says that WIP button, I've never used it since I joined World Anvil a couple of years ago. Yeah, I hardly ever use it either, and if I ever did use it, like I said, it was probably a lie if I marked anything as done, because guess what? I edit things from when I first joined. Nothing is ever done on my in my world. Nothing's ever done at all, really. When you're looking at it, I published my UG's, what is it? U4G07. Yes, my U4G07 solo RPG has a typo in it, and I already published it, and I already put it online, and I already even sent out copies to people, and I have a printed copy. And when I opened it, I said, "Oh my goodness, typo." So it's not even done. I have to edit so that the next time somebody buys it and gets it printed out, it is not typo. But then after that, I'm sure I'm going to find another typo. So I think that nothing is ever done. Nothing is ever done. Yes, Satrium says nothing is done. It's just good enough for others to look at. That's right. And I always said, now I say, like, if I wait for something to be absolutely perfect and nothing's wrong with it, I will never show anybody anything, and nobody will ever know anything that I'm working on. Because, yeah. Evil Inkpin asks, does Frost 22b sound like a natural planet name? What do you mean by natural planet name? Are you saying a natural planet, like the planet has natural stuff on it? Or are you saying this is a natural name to name a planet? I mean, because I think, of course, um, yeah, that could be cool. 22B, Frost 22B? Yeah, just an ordinary name for a planet. Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah, it depends on, like, for one, when you think of planets and you think of the names, you think who named the planet. So, um, did the people who live on the planet name the planet, or did somebody outside of the planet name the planet? Because, like, a lot of the things, what happened was one of the reasons why our planet is called Earth is because people, before they really even realized it was like a planet, that there were more planets out there, they knew that the earth that they called the earth, was Earth. So they called this Earth because it had so much dirt on it. It was soil, it was earth, it was, now that's what we know it as. So even when they started discovering, oh, there's other planets, well, this is the one we live on, and it has all this earth on it. Satrium says, the Frost part doesn't feel right. Usually the stars are named after constellation, and naming constellation Frost is a bit weird. At least that's how many planets got their name in our world. That's right. So that's one of the things that I was saying. Now, it depends. Like I'm saying, if there's people that live on it and it's frosty on the planet, and then they just named it that, and they, I guess, like, named it 22b. Okay, so naming it 22b also makes me think, are there other planets that are Frost 22c? Or is it 21b? Or something like that? 221b Baker Street? I think I'm remembering that correctly, which is funny. It's Sherlock Holmes' address. That's nothing. I just said that. But anyways, what I'm saying is the planet, the planet, the planet, the planet. If it's like an astronaut actually traveled to it and they saw that it was frosty on there, it makes sense for it to be named Frost. I think the reason why Satrium is saying it's a weird for it to be named Frost is because if we are just on the ground here looking at it through a telescope, we cannot see that it's frosty. Like a lot of, I think Satrium is saying a lot of stars and stuff don't look frosty. They look like they are hot and they have light shining off of them, and we don't think about frost. But if it's like they travel to a planet and they found that there's frost on the planet, it makes sense to name the planet Frost. Evil Inkpen says it has cold and ice environment. Yes, so somebody has to know, not just from looking at a telescope. They have to know that it's cold and frost environment in order to name it Frost. I feel like. Satrium also does say, I agree. If the inhabitants named it, Frost would be a valid name, but then I wouldn't expect the numbering system. Yeah, so the numbering system is a thing that I was thinking is a little bit strange as well, but I think that it's because the numbering system makes it seem like this is what we like, because the numbering system is what we do. When people look up in the sky in the telescope, they say, oh, this is star 41A, this is star 72.51, and all that kind of stuff, just because they named them because that is the number of their positioning in the sky. But we didn't go to them, so we don't know what they are. We're just naming them numbers so we can keep track of them. But if you say frost, that means that they know that there's frost on there, which means they actually visited it. Satrium also says usually stars are named after constellations and planets named after their stars, but that's just the system used here. It could make could make complete sense in other universes. That's correct too. That's another reason why I ask who's naming the planet, because if these are aliens, they might have a totally different naming system than us. Because a lot of our naming of stars, like I said, either they're named after constellations, which are of old, anyways. And that's what, like in the old days, they would look up at the sky and not really know what everything was, but they would name it after like mythology and stuff like that. And then we just kept those names when we came into the technology age and we understood things more. We still kept those names of old. Also, we also sometimes, instead of naming them the names of old, we have their scientific names as well that are just like numbers that are coordinates and positions in the sky of where they are so we can keep track of them. So, yes. But then saying frost makes us know that they actually know what's on the planet as well. So, Evil Inkpin does say analytical alien beings named it. Yes. Yes. So, where are the aliens from? Are these the aliens that are living on Frost 22b? Or are these other aliens from a different planet looking at Frost 22b and naming that planet? Satrium does say, like Proxima Centauri, probably, I don't know, is the closest star in the Centaurus constellation. The second planet in that star system is then called Proxima Centauri b. Correct. Okay. So when Evil Infin, you say yes for both, are you saying aliens that don't live on Frost 22b looked and saw Frost 22b, named it Frost 22b, and then moved on it to live on it? Is that what you're saying? If not, I don't know if I understand. But yes, you're saying yes, that aliens that don't live on it named it. But aliens who live on it also named it. So it sounds like you're saying the aliens who don't live on it named it and then they went to live on it. Oh, okay. That's not the official name. It has a name, but it's in a different language. Okay, that makes much more sense. Yes. So of course, the native people on the planet probably don't call it Frost, but the aliens from the outside looked at it and called it Frost 22b. Makes sense. Satrium says, funnily enough, by the same naming convention, Earth would be named something like Sol C or Sol 3. Exactly, because since we're around the sun, they would probably just name us the third planet from the sun, which we are, and somebody looking from the outside would just probably not call it Earth at all because they don't really know what's on it. They just see that it's the third rock from the sun, as they like to say. Evil Inkpin says the alien can't speak the language. Of course. That's another thing. Like, even on Earth, a lot of times when people in the old days discovered islands or discovered continents, there were already people living on those continents. They just didn't speak the language that these people spoke. So then these new people came and they just decided to say, hey, I discovered this. I'm going to name it this in my language. So, makes sense. Satrium said, there are just so many stars and planets out there, you need a logical system to name them. Exactly. So that's why a lot of them are numbers. So that makes sense. Yes, Evil Ink, to answer your question, then that does sound like a natural name for an alien observant species to name a planet from the outside, especially if they're not able to know the language of the people on the planet who speak, or if they don't even know if there are people on there. So yeah, Frost 22B. Nice. All right. I'm looking at this goal that I have because I think that um, my Twitch is not updating. My Twitch goal is not updating. Because I'm supposed to have a goal of 300 followers, but right now it says that I have um 279, I think, but somebody did follow me. So I don't know if that is a stuck thing that is not moving. Let me see. Yep, it says I have 283 followers right now. So I don't know why that meter is not moving. That is just a weird thing. Let's see if I can reset it. I don't know. Which one is this? Follow. I don't see it. Anyways, yes, Eveling Pin says that's where the starship concept came from. The advanced aliens. Nice. Advanced aliens. Okay, let's see. Streamlab, and we have follow. Is this? Oh, that is it. There we go. Let me see if I can refresh. Maybe. It's still not working. Alright, I don't know why it's not. I just don't know why it's not uploading, but it's okay. Yeah, so anyway, what am I doing now? I am trying to, yeah, I didn't do my homework for, relics. Now, in my world, there's a lot of relics, of course, because they're spies, and a lot of times spies are trying to, find... Spies are trying to find or protect things that people stole that are worth a lot, you know, high value items. So there can be all kinds of relics that I write about. I just don't know what they're going to become, you know. Sorry, a bit distracted because I'm trying to see these things. Alright, now I'm back. Sidrium does say, I think I should head off though. It's midnight. Here's a good night and have a great stream. Thank you. You have a blessed one as well. Have a blessed night and thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Eveling Pin says, spoiler, there's an ancient, powerful, massive artificial intelligence that looks like a medium-sized moon that will come into play later. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Well, I probably should go myself because I do have quite a bit to do. I do see Eveling Pin has redeemed another Make Someone Laugh. Let's make someone laugh. Also, he has done some more laughs, so I need to add those over here as well. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for that laugh. And yeah, I believe that I should go because I am quite busy and I do have a lot to do. But I thank you guys for joining me. I'm supposed to stream again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I do not know if I will be able to start on time because I have not been starting on time lately. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to get a better schedule for summer camp because I don't know if 5 a.m. is working. 5 a.m., 5 p.m. Eastern time. Um, yeah, so I'm going to see what I can do. But anyways, I thank you guys so much for joining, and you guys have a blessed one. Much success with all of your music, all of your summer camp, all of your writing, all of your creativity, all of your real life stuff, and everything. Have a blessed one. Thanks so much. God bless. Much success, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.